Hello, I am Tiffany. I am a Master's of Theological student here at the Toronto Baptist Seminary, and I am a physiotherapist by background. I am still very early into my degree program, but I would say I have really enjoyed some of those more methodological and rigorous courses. For example, taking hermeneutics with Dr. Constant, it was a massive eye-opener to how much can be behind biblical studies and biblical interpretation. I think growing a relationship with God is always an up and down journey, and sometimes there might be a misconception that all seminary students are just very faithful, very on fire for God. Yes, we have those moments, but they can wax and wane depending on how much we are in the Word. So I would say in the past few years, my faith has definitely grown in the Lord and in my walk with Christ through different challenges, how God has led me through, and learning more and more through courses and in my own reading about God. But I would say it's always something to work on, and it's a very joyful task to work on. When I was growing up, achievements in academics and extracurricular activities was a big part of my life, but I've always asked this question: what's the meaning of them? What's the meaning of life? What is truly worth living for? And when I found God, I think that's the answer. Knowing God and participating in His kingdom work is ultimately what is truly worth effort, truly worth my effort. So I started to feel a calling that I wanted to pursue more biblical studies when I was in my last year of my undergrad, and I was studying at the University of Toronto back then. And I see the need that I want to help Christians better understand their Bible. And that's where it started. And I stumbled upon Toronto Baptist Seminary and found this to be a very faithful seminary with excellent scholarship and rigorous studies. So I decided that I want to study here. I actually started engaging with the seminary through auditing courses. I audited maybe like 3 classes before I actually started becoming a degree student, and I was also living in a residence as a full-time student at the University of Toronto. So I have become very familiar with how the seminary operate, their beliefs, their professors, and the community here, and that has significantly increased my confidence and desire to study here. It's so just appealing. It's very good. I live on the residence here, so this residence, it consists of both Toronto Baptist Seminary students and also students, Christian students in Toronto. So I think this makes it a very diverse community with people attending different churches, but all very, they're all Christians. We all share the same burden of expanding the kingdom and furthering our walk with God. So my favorite activity is our house Bible study. So in our particular house, we have bi-weekly Bible studies. So we get everyone in the house together to study a text and share our burdens with each other and pray for each other. And that's the most lovely thing. And that really also accelerates how much we can talk about things like these or more deep matters, even outside of our house Bible studies context. I think redemptive history is ultimately what is most comforting as Christians living our lives in the world today, because you see how the faithfulness of God has preserved through thousands and thousands of years. If He was faithful back then, He will be faithful now. So even though there will be challenges, there will be difficulties, there will be doubts, 100%, 110%, and I have them as well. But just looking back at how God has led Israel and how God has led me in my life, that gives me great confidence that He will continue to lead me through all these challenges, and He is the author and perfecter of our faith. I think first of all, we need to understand that the calling to understand the Word of God is for everyone. As Christians, we should all desire to understand God because He is who created us and He is who we live for. So if you have the desire to further your knowledge in God, hey, order the class, take a class here. It's very accessible. But when it comes to vocational calling, what it means, I feel like in my life, it is a growing desire to pursue this as a bigger chunk in my life. So I have had this desire sort of sprouted when I was in my last year of undergrad, which was in 2021. I did go through some other pursuits. I pursued a master's of physiotherapy, and I'm working as a physiotherapist, but my desire of going down this path of biblical scholarship really never ceased. And as I go through this journey, I continually see how God has gifted me with different talents and characters that fits in the needs of the church in this particular area. So in summary, I see this as you are seeing the gaps and the needs of the church at large, and you see how the gifts of God in your life is fitting into those needs, and that is your calling. But for those of you who are considering seminary studies, pray about it, and earnestly seek God's direction. If it is not now, if not now is a good time, you can also consider it in the future. First of all, thank you for you who are watching this video, whether you are a supporter of TBS, someone who prays for us, someone who financially supports us. Thank you. Please keep praying for us, and if you're able to support the seminary, God bless you.